bit.
Okay, you're good on your...
Okay.
All right, now back to your checklist.
All right, throttle 900.
Okay, 8 or 900, just bring it up, or somewhere around there is good.
Okay. Oil pressure is good.
Yep.
Alternator positive charge.
Yep.
We're good. Mixture lean 1 inch.
Okay,
Pull it back an inch.
lean it out about that far.
A little more than an inch.
Because that keeps the plugs clean while you're idling. Okay, the plugs will foul up if you don't.
About like that?
Yep, perfect.
Okay. Primer in and locked.
Okay, just this is your primer. Just pull on it, make sure it won't come out. Because if it does, it'll flood the engine will stall on you.
Okay. Locked. For taxi, flaps up.
Okay, if the flaps were down, look at the flaps, watch how they're coming down.
Yeah.
If they were down, pull them up.
Roger.
That changes the shape of the wing and lets you fly at a slower speed for approaches.
Okay. Radio's on.
Okay, now these radios, this is going to be all changed out, and you'll have a radio master which will turn them all on. I've got to get my other one back in service here, but for now, turn that to about the 3 o'clock position and push ALT on that one.
Okay.
Go ahead and push it in. This is our transponder. It'll tell the controllers where we are, what flight rules we're under, and it'll tell them our altitude also, if you push altitude on it.
Okay. So we're
this one, yeah, this is your weather radar. Just push enter on here, and it'll boot up. Just over here and push enter. Try to get you to do everything so you know where everything is.
Roger.
All right.
Weather obtain copy.
And do you have a knee board? If you don't, I got you one.
I don't.
You don't have one? No. All right. Remind me when we go in there. I got you one.
Okay.
All right. We're going to get our weather. Copy your weather down on that knee board. Just get a little scratch pad, you know.
I brought a pen, but no paper.
Anything ever happens, the FAA, the first thing they say is, "Did you get the weather?" And you go, "Yeah."
Clearance, Cirrus 7.
Yeah, I did get the weather. Okay, what was it? Well, I didn't copy it down. And they say, well, then you didn't get it. So what we do is boot this up, hit enter twice. And you should have 2 frequencies in here. That's the weather frequency, 125.37, and that's what we talk to each other in the pattern there.
Okay.
So push that button in, and that'll activate.
So the Garmin operates our radios.
Well, you got 3 radios in here. You got a conventional COM, communications radio, conventional nav, the VOR localizer, the old systems, we still use them, and you got your new GPS over here. So there's 3 radios in one.
Okay.
All right, so activate that and push it in.
Alpha clearance.
125.
Yep.
Still. Knoxville Downtown Island Airport. Automated weather observation 1939er Zulu. Wind variable at 0. Visibility more than 10. Sky condition clear below 12,000. Temperature 7. Dew point -11. Altimeter 3018. Remarks.
Be advised, the Downtown Island Airport's Common Traffic Advisory.
Now, the first thing we do, get over here, and that's when it came out, 1939. Take 4 hours.
-4?
Yeah, so we're 1539. It's 339 it came out, which is just about right now. The wind's moving around. It's variable at 4. 10 plus miles visibility, good visibility. No clouds or very few clouds. The sky's clear. Temperature is 7. That's about 40 degrees, somewhere around there. And the dew point's 11. The farther they are apart, the less chance we have of some visible moisture, rain, snow, sleet, hail. All right, now don't put this in yet.
Okay.
Put your altimeter on field elevation, 830 feet. And then,
that's about right.
Yep. And then look over and see if your this is called a Colesman window, has the correct barometric pressure. That'll keep you from making a huge mistake, like taking off with your altimeter like that I've watched guys do.
Okay.
So always put it on field elevation wherever you are, and then check your barometric pressure against that.
Roger.
All right, that's it. That's how you copy the weather down. So I'll give you that knee board. You can copy it down tomorrow and flail through that. Okay, we got our weather. What's next?
Transponder on standby.
Okay, now I got to change that for yours. It should be. They just changed this rule. That's why they want it on altitude reporting from the time you roll to the time you come back and shut down.
Okay. All right. ATIS, we've already done that.
That's all over.
We're not doing
Tyson,
that. Yeah. Okay.
Nav lights only at night.
No, not at night. Taxi area clear.
Look all around, especially in back of you. Make sure you're not going to blow somebody over that's in back of the airplane.
clear.
We're good to go?
Yoke full left.
All right, put your checklist down. You can put it on the floor or over there. Don't put it up here on the glare shield, though. All right, now we got to test our brakes. Take your parking brake off, and then you're going to roll forward just a little bit. All right, now hit your brakes on the top. All right, now pull your parking brake. See if that works. All right, then let me do mine. All right, so good. All right, you always taxi with this all the way back. Your hand on the throttle.
I'm going to close my window.
Yeah, close your window.
Can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, hand on the throttle. Give us a little bit of gas, and let's come around, and we'll get on the yellow brick road around here. All right, you got nose wheel steering on the bottom of your rudder pedals. If you need more authority,
hit the brake.
Just raise your foot up and hit the brake. Got the right of way. You're on the right side, and right has the right of way. All right, now put just a little power, and we're going to come back around here, and we're going to take off into the wind.
Roger. So we're going to go 2.6.
We're going to use 2.6, correct. Now keep your nose wheel right on that yellow line. Little things we're going to build from day one are big things to these examiners. Keeping your nose wheel on that yellow line, taxiing under control is another big thing for them. All right, now leave your power about right there. And just taxi. This is a good taxi speed. You want to keep your hand on that while you're taxiing.
Roger.
Yeah, the little things are, in a lot of cases to these guys, are more important than the big things. And now if you've got all your foundation and everything, you had a good foundation on what to do, they'll let some things go on these check rides that you wouldn't think they would, But if you're sloppy on this little stuff, he's not going to give you any slack on that.
Cause for concern.
Yeah, exactly right.
Downtown 147 uniform, turning base, runway 26, downtown.
All right, now slow down right here. Follow the yellow brick road. This is our run-up area. It's like purgatory in here.
Right here.
Keep going. You want to go so you don't blow your exhaust.
Downtown traffic helicopter 64 Zulu,
Follow it right around.
4 miles to the west.
All right, you can see the approach in.
Southeast bound.
So pull your parking brake out, and we'll start our
downtown traffic, 147 on the helicopter. We're just going to go depart straight north out of the pattern.
Yeah, you got your brakes, and just have your feet on them, nice and light.
Doors and windows latched.
All right, my door and my window is latched. Check and make sure I got my seat belt on. Belt. Yep.
Yes, sir.
Mixed. Full rich.
Yep.
Throttle 1700. You got the brakes on. So
Okay, what you're going to do to check these mags, there's a way to do it.
Yep.
And what you're going to do, I'm not going to run it all the way up to 1700, but you're going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, okay?
Yep.
Then back to 1, back to both. You're going to look for 125 RPM drop when you get that, okay? Take your time with this. Guys go all the way to off, and then they get scared and bring it back to on, and that can blow the exhaust manifold right off the airplane.
Yeah, we'll do that.
So take your time with that.
Okay.
All right, we'll check our mags for both of them for a drop of no more than 125, a 50 RPM drop in the difference. Yep. Pull our carburetor heat out and look for a drop in RPMs. We'll check our suction, make sure that's on 5. That runs your 2 gyroscopes. It's a pump on the engine that runs the 2 gyroscopes.
Okay.
All right, and then we'll check our pressure, temperature, and our air meter, all at 17.
Okay, roger.
Run this up to 1700 RPMs and keep your right hand on your throttle.
Okay.
Then take your left hand and turn it. I'll hold the flight controls. There's 7. No, got to keep your right hand on the throttle. There you go.
So we're going to go click, click, and then back to both?
Yeah, but real nice and slow. Okay, there you go. That's good. Less than 125. Now do 1.
Oh,
now back to both.
Both? We'll do the right?
Okay, you're good there.
Do we need to go to right?
No, you're fine. You got it right.
Okay. Carb heat.
Pull it out and look for a drop.
Is this carb heat?
That's it.
And we're looking for a...
Hear that? It's a slight drop, but it's still a drop. That's all you want.
Suction's just at 5.
Okay.
Oil pressure, green. Temperature, green. Ammeter, positive.
Yep.
We're good?
Yep.
We'll go back to 900?
Yep.
Whoop, wrong way.
Everybody does that. Okay.
A trim set, so we need...
right here, your trim is good.
Roger. Flight controls free and correct. So
all the way forward. Put your checklist down while you're doing this. All the way forward, all the way to the left, all the way back. all the way to the right, and all the way in. And do that 3 times.
Okay.
Look for one aileron over there. Look for your other aileron here. Look in the back and look at your elevator. And while you're back there, push your rudders. All right. You're good. All right. We got our flight controls.
All right, free and correct. Flight instruments, flow pattern.
All right, there's nothing on the checklist for this. We're going to start out with the airspeed indicator straight up and down. Set your, that little dot is called the pipper. Put that pipper right on the horizon bar. At your sitting height, yours is a little different than mine.
Roger.
We've already set our altimeter to 830 feet, field elevation. That's what we are above sea level. And it's 816 or whatever, 83016 or whatever that was.
Yep.
This is both a GPS, it's in GPS mode now, or it's a VOR and a localizer.
Yep.
What we do is put that, there's a transmitting station. They're all over the country, and you fly from one transmitting station to the next, and there it is. If you center this up with a 2 indication.
Be on the radial.
Yep. Your heading is on the top, 205 degrees to go to that station. The radial you're on is the 025 degree radial. You're northeast of the station.
Roger.
Don't anybody change. There's a lot of different ways to do it. That is the simplest way, and you'll never screw it. I get airline pilots in here that get confused on that.
Yeah.
All right, all your buttons are out. They should be, except for that one in auto. And you should be on COM 1. This is COM 1, that's COM 2. This is in up. It's going away as soon as I get my other airplane back.
Yeah.
26.6 is our common traffic. We're going to talk to the guys in the pattern with that.
Yeah.
We're going to call Knox approach on 123.9 and tell them to keep an eye out for us on the radar and keep us away from other airplanes. Now we got to put a waypoint in here. This is your GPS point. The easiest way to do it is push the cursor. It brings up that little, what do you call it? It brings up the cursor, and you go, yeah, I want to go direct to downtown. Hit her twice. And scroll it out to 20 miles. And I know I'm feeding you with a fire hose on this stuff. We'll go over this a million times.
Okay.
Gives you the waypoint. It gives you the direct course to go to the waypoint. It gives you your distance, and it'll give us our ground speed if we're in the air.
Yeah.
In op, those two are in op. We've already set the transponder on altitude. Tell them it will tell them our flight rules, VFR. Tell them our altitude. And it'll give them our position. We don't even have to be talking to them.
Yeah.
Okay. Vertical speed is 0. We already checked our suction on the run up. You got to set your directional gyro to your mag compass. It's about 040. Push it in and put it on 040. There you go, right there. And note that the cards are different. North is on this one, and north is over here.
Yeah,
They're backwards.
Yeah.
Okay, this is dumb. It has no idea where magnetic north is. This one knows exactly where it is. This one's no good in the air. That one's very stable in the air.
Roger.
That's why we set them. All right, wings are level. Fluid's in the race. That's our turn coordinator.
Yeah.
That's called the race, and there's fluid in it, and the wings are level. All right, we went to every instrument on this panel, and we set it in something that we're going to use in flight.
Okay.
We'll do a lot of flow patterns, and they're real effective if you don't skip around. Don't skip around. Go from one to the other.
Same thing every time.
Okay. You are down. You got your flight instruments. What's after flight instruments?
Landing light on.
Put them both on. Bird strike avoidance. Birds will avoid landing lights.
Yeah, that flaps up.
Okay, push them up and look out the window and make sure they are, and recenter your switch, because there's a
Recenter the switch. What do you mean?
There's an up lock in there.
Okay.
And if you leave it like that and the up lock switch fails, it'll burn the motor out. Okay.
Contact. Tell them we're going to go.
Yep. Well, here's what you say.
4331 Romeo. Let's see.
Downtown traffic first.
Downtown traffic. 4331 Romeo is taxiing for departure on 26.
Tell them you're taking off on 26.
Taking off on 26. Departure to the.
West.
We're going to go west.
Yeah. No. We're going to go east.
We're going to go east.
Yep.
So
okay.
let's say downtown Knoxville traffic. Cessna 4331 Romeo is
departing 26.
Departing 26 for departure to the east.
Yep, that's all you got to say. It's perfect. And nobody's listening, so just go ahead. Yeah, you got to push that in. And it'll put it'll put a little transmit button up there.
Okay. And it's Knoxville downtown, right?
Yep. Uh-huh.
Knoxville downtown traffic. Cessna 4331 Romeo is taxiing to 26 for departure, departing the field to the east, downtown traffic.
I put your checklist up into your either place. That's good. Take your brake off. Put your yoke back. Right hand on your throttle. Head right for that 26 sign, because we're going to clear our final. Remember, you don't have to have a radio to fly in here, okay? And even if guys have radios, half the time they don't use them. All right, now go right for that 2.6 that side, and then we're going to swoop around so we can get a good clear shot of the final. Right over here. We're clear. We are clear. All right, just put your power on and just hold it. And now we're going to use every inch of the runway. Don't give up 1 inch of the runway. All right, now pull your power back a little bit. Put that tire right on the edge of that runway. You never know when you're going to need it. All right, there we go. Okay, now center up your nose wheel and drop your feet all the way to the bottom. And nice and smooth, go right up on go to full power. Anticipate the airplane's going to want to yaw to the left due to torque and P factor. Hold your yoke about right there. Try to keep us right down that center line. Use one hand, put your other hand on your throttle. There you go, just work those rudder pedals. We're going to rotate at 60. There it is, pull back, and there's your first takeoff. Hold it right there. You got to keep your hand on that guy.
Roger.
Because it'll walk back on you.
Okay. We don't want that.
That's a pretty good pitch attitude. Set a little bit of trim, and that should give you 80. 80 is our best rate of climb speed.
Roger.
Take your left leg and put it back by the seat. You don't need any left rudder on climb out. You need right rudder, and that'll emphasize it.
Okay.
And we're going to go up to 1,300, and then we'll turn on our crosswind leg.
All right. Left traffic?
Everything is left traffic unless otherwise specified. And the only way you see that is on the chart or in an airport facility directory.
Okay.
We go up to 1,300 feet, and then we'll take a left.
Okay.
All right, now just take your foot off the right rudder and come left. Fly it with one hand now. Yeah. Fly it with one hand because it'll make you trim the airplane. And trimming is everything in flying.
Okay.
All right, we want to tell everybody we're on crosswind. Say downtown, Cessna 4331 Romeo's on crosswind for 2.6.
Downtown traffic, Cessna 4331 Romeo's on crosswind for 2.6 downtown traffic.
All right, now we head for our antenna farm there. See that little hill? There's a little blue water tank on the top of it?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to go around the outside of that. That's our... Yeah, it's a little choppy today. Look at the snow on LeConte.
You see that, Daniel?
See the snow on LeConte?
Yeah.
Boy, there's a bunch of snow on all the mountains. Put that real close to your lips so you can talk to us.
Gotcha.
There you go. You got it. Downtown 31 Romeo's on downwind for 2.6 and departing the pattern to the east. That's why those other guys came back. You just bouncy around today.
Yeah.
Whenever we have a front come through, you get a lot of surface winds, and they create this friction. It's called friction turbulence is all it is.
Okay.
Now, there's a big cement plant over there. See the tower?
Yep.
Head for that. That's over in our practice area over there.
Okay. We got to turn?
Yep. And we're going to go up to 3,000 feet. Now, take your left foot, and put it back by the seat. Don't need any left rudder on climb out. We'll go up to 3,000. We'll level off. It's a pretty day, but it's bumpy.
Yeah.
Now, tomorrow, it'll probably be calm as glass because it takes about a day for it to calm down after a front. Yeah. We got all that pressure pushing that weather, to the east.
About 700 feet or so.
Just try to keep 80. Set whatever pitch attitude's going to give you 80. And one of the reasons it takes a higher pitch attitude today is the air's cold and it's dense. Yeah, and the engine and the wing and the propeller will all perform better.
Better performance.
Yep. All right, you're coming up on 3,000. Push your nose over.
Throttle back?
Nope. Leave your throttle right where it is and take your hand on the trim wheel and start trimming it down. There you go. All right, right there. Now, you're gaining airspeed, so you're going to gain lift. That's why you got to keep trimming it down.
Till we come to steady state.
When it goes to 100, pull that power back to 2,200 RPMs. Yep. Pull it right on back. Keep pulling right there. That's good. Now, I want you, there's House Mountain, that little hill over there.
Roger.
That way? Just
Go to it?
Yep, head for that and try to hold us at 3,000 feet.
All right.
Look at your natural horizon. Try to keep this glare shield in perspective to the natural horizon, and that'll keep you maintaining your altitude.
Okay.
And work your trim. Get your hand on that trim wheel and start exploring that trim, what it does. Trim is a poor man's autopilot, and it makes a flight either smooth or not smooth. You'll work a whole lot less if you learn how to trim that airplane good. And that's the way you fly it. That's good. I like to see your hand like that. You don't have a death grip on it, because that's not going to...
I actually remember that from 15 years ago when I flew.
Really?
Yeah. The guy said, you have a girlfriend? Yeah. And I was doing this, and he said, do you hold her hand like that? And I said, no, and I never forgot that.
How many hours you get with them?
Between 6 and 10, I don't really remember. I play in the simulator a lot. I don't know what that's worth.
It's worth a lot. It is worth a lot. These kids that come out and have been flying simulators for 4 or 5 years,
yeah,
they can fly the airplane day one.
Daniel plays on the simulator too.
Simulators are magic. I'm going to have 3 of them. I got 1 right now. We're going to have 3. That's how you learn how to fly instruments.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be too good for VFR, but
I don't know.
To fly VOR.
Well, if you can get good flying the instruments, then you can you develop 3 levels. One is scan, the other one's interpretation, and the third is aircraft control. If you're getting good at flying the instruments, you can get your head in the cockpit, interpret what it says faster, and get your head back out. So yes, it does help you on VFR.
Okay.
Okay, what happens in a turn now? We're going to do a couple turns, and I don't want to get you guys sick. But what happens in a turn? Well, first thing, adverse yaw. The nose wants to go in the other direction.
Right.
What's the remedial action? You got to put rudder in the direction of the turn you want to go.
Follow the ball, right?
Well, don't even look at the ball. I want you looking outside right now.
All right.
And when you get established in your turn, you don't have any more adverse yaw. Take your foot off the rudder. All right, now you can put both feet on your rudder and just come to the left. Just a nice, smooth left turn. Okay. Put your rudder in. Now you're established. Take your foot off the rudder. Just hold it in that angle.
Okay. So I don't have to hold the rudder during the turn?
No, you don't want to. That's poor technique. Okay. Back to the right. Rudder and aileron together. Hold that rudder. Hold a steady pressure on it. Hold it in. Hold it in. Now take your foot off the rudder. All right. Back to the left. Same thing. Rudder and aileron together. Push it in there. Don't be bashful with the rudder, because I'm all about rudders. All right. It's the most misunderstood of all the flight controls. And just keep going around here. We'll come back around. Get a couple more. And the other thing is you lose lift in a turn. So you have to compensate for that by putting a little bit more nose-up trim in there. You're fine right now. There's a cement plant. We'll work around this cement plant a lot and this train yard. So that's kind of our area nav.
When I get home, I'll go find that on the simulator.
Yeah. All right, let's come back to the right. Aileron and rudder. Put that rudder in. Hold it in now. Hold a steady pressure on it. Now take it out. Yeah. All right, back. We will work a lot on basic techniques, okay? I fly with so many people that have several hundred hours and they can't use the rudder. They were told, a lot of them were told, just take your feet off the rudder.
Don't mess with it?
Yep. Yeah. All right, let's come back to the left. Rudder. Same time you put it in with the aileron, put the rudder in. All right? And come back to the right. And we'll do a turn to the right. We'll come all the way back around. And just try to hold your altitude, track it all the way around. We'll do a 360, work that trim. Always work your trim. You should have no pressure on this stick. None. All right, work your altitude down a little bit. Real small changes in pitch attitude. What you're getting right now are thermals that are blowing you up from this west wind hitting these ridges and creating uplifts. Yeah, they got some snow in the mountains last night. How about that?
Keep turning?
Yeah, I'm gonna point it back. I don't like to do, normally I do, just some power off stalls or something. But I can tell you that would get me in the back seat, so I don't want to do that when there's somebody sitting back there. Unless I know they're going to be okay with it.
Okay.
There's something about when you're not maintaining control of the airplane, it can get you dizzy. All right, let's do one to the left there. Put that rudder in. Put the rudder in. There you go. Hold the steady rudder, now take it out.
This wants to turn on its own.
How you doing?
Very good.
Okay.
Yeah, it is bumpy.
It is. We're gonna head on back here. I want to get you up flying today.
Roger.
We'll get you good pre-flight. You probably went through one of those when you flew before.
I did.
All right, we'll give you another one there just on this airplane. All right, let's come back to the right. Put that rudder in. Rudder, 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 rudder. All right, now take your foot off the rudder. You don't need it anymore. Coming around the corner. Once those ailerons have established your angle of bank, that's all you need. Okay, the golf courses are another. Did you take your flying here?
Oh, no, I was in Memphis.
Okay.
Not here.
That's another one of our, what do you call it, checkpoints there.
Okay.
And I'll tell you what, get your carburetor, anytime you're below that green band, you got to have your carburetor heat out. Pull it out. Yep. All right, now ease your power all the way back to idle.
Start 500 feet per minute.
Just start a nice gradual descent, and you want to be at pattern altitude when you enter it. So we'll stay out here until we get to 1,800 feet. That's our pattern altitude. Are you doing anything on the simulator?
Yeah.
Oh, you do the simulator every day. I'll show you some maneuvers I want you to practice so you're practicing them correct.
That'll give me something to do. I'll just play on it right now.
No. I'll get you some of that tomorrow. We'll just have a nice descent down here. You can tell it's windy. Look how it's knocking that steam down over there. I'll tell you what, just give me a 360 to the right. Just give me a turn to the right while you're descending. That'll get us a little time there. Now, no rudder. Don't use any rudder for your turn. Only to initiate the turns. And it's designed to offset adverse yaw. If you get a minute, have you got a an airplane flying handbook?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Go in and read the section on adverse yaw tonight. Okay.
Yep.
Real big on rudder. Rudder is the cause of a lot of mishaps and accidents because people don't know how to use them properly. And they don't understand adverse yaw. Understand adverse yaw from day one and you'll be a lot better pilot. All right, now keep your turn in here.
The thing about the simulators, you can't feel it, the yaw.
Yeah, no, you can't, but they still develop that scan pattern and that interpretation. All right, now, we took off at 2.6, so we're going to come in. Now put your power up to about 2,000 RPMs. Leave your carburetor heat out and level us at 1,800 feet. What sort of a sim do you have?
Downtown traffic, bearing 7216 Romeo, depart runway 26 downtown.
All right, now, see this dump? Head right to the middle of that dump, right there. And hold your 1,500. Downtown Cessna 4321 Romeo, we're entering a an upwind rather for 26. We'll be midfield crosswind for 26. Yeah, it's choppy. Some of these days when it gets real choppy, and this is not really choppy that bad. Some of them are so turbulent you don't get anything out of it. You actually go backwards.
Fighting the plane the whole time.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yep. So we're going to cut across and come in?
Yep. Yeah,
okay.
Go to midfield before you cut across. And they call it a midfield crosswind.
Okay. So we cross perpendicular to the runway?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I've got Flight Simulator, Microsoft Flight Simulator. I've got the yoke and the rudder pedals and the
Knoxville traffic, Malibu 301 Bravo Kilo, taxi to runway 26.
All right, let's take a left. Go right over the middle.
Downtown.
That was good rudder use. Right there was very good. Now when you put it on nice and smooth and a steady pressure. All right, now no more rudder. You don't need any rudder while you're established in the turn. And there goes the Baron. Got him in sight. And say 4321 Romeo is midfield crosswind for 26.
Downtown Knoxville traffic, 4331 Romeo is midfield for 26, downtown Knoxville.
Midfield crosswind, always tell me.
16 Romeo departing to the southwest from downtown.
Well, he won't be any problem. All right, see your river there?
Yep.
Want to turn and head right down the middle of that river for your downwind leg. All right, that was good. Now foot off the rudder. Tell everybody we're on the downwind for 26.
Actual approach, bearing 7216 Romeo.
Still on 26.6.
They say 4331 Romeo. Hey, you do it. I'll follow your lead.
4331 Romeo is on downwind for 26. This is your downwind leg. Now we get up to the bridge. Tommy, we're going to do this little jingle I use. You're going to push, pull, turn, trim. You're going to push your nose down, pull your power back.
On home, who all is in the pattern?
Hey, Alex, what you doing?
Oh, I'm about 5 miles northeast of the field, crossing through 4,000, seeing what was going on down there.
Well, we're just about to turn base here. All right, push, pull the power all the way down.
For John, I've got some radios from you from Fox Sun. I need to get them over to you.
Okay. Pull them all the way back and fly right down the middle of that other one. You got your power all the way?
Yes.
Okay. Now, do something called a belly check. Look over here. Make sure nobody's coming in, not announcing their arrival. We've had 2 mid-airs right here. Wow. From guys doing that. Straight-in approaches are bad. Very bad, but guys still do them. All right, now, look at your 2.6. Start your turn. Rudder and aileron. All right, now foot off the rudder. And we're a little high, but we got quite a bit of wind out there. Now, good approaches are the result of steady pitch attitude.
147 uniform is going to enter an upwind for runway 26.
Look at the number 26.
Stay in the pattern.
Put your nose right on it. Now give me some nose down trim. You got a little pressure on your stick there. We're going to drive this right into that number.
Okay.
And then you're going to level off. We just got a little tailwind there. Feel that? Yeah. Pushing us up. Keep pushing it down right into that 2.6. Okay. Then we're going to level it off, and then we're going to let the airplane do the work.
Okay.
And it'll be, just be patient with it. You got a little speed, but that's fine. With this wind and these gusty conditions, you want a little bit more aileron control. Now, level us off right here. Hold it close to the runway. Get it closer to the runway. Look down at the top of the trees now. Top of the trees.
Top of the trees.
Yep, top of the trees. Don't look at the runway. Don't look at the runway. All right. Tap your brakes. Put both hands on your yoke. And pull it all the way back and hold the nose down with the brakes. That throws the elevator up into the wind stream and allows you to aerodynamically brake. Really helps.
Gotcha.
Okay. We were fast on that approach because we had a crosswind out of the north there. And if we would have put a slip in there, it would have slowed us down a little bit, and that would have helped that. But that north wind, look what it is. It's a direct crosswind there. So what that means is you're probably going to get a tailwind on final, and it's going to increase your ground speed there. It's going to make you feel fast, which we were. Yeah. All right, taxi with us all the way back.
Roger.
And 31 Romeo is clear, runway 26. All right, now, you never want to read a checklist while you're taxiing.
You back to St. Louis?
Yeah, I did.
Knoxville downtown traffic, Malibu 301 Bravo Kilo. Just wait for our IFR release, and then we'll be taking the active runway 26 for IFR departure, Knoxville downtown island.
Okay. So now, since you don't want to read a checklist, there's another little flow pattern we're going to use to clean our airplane up.
Okay.
Start with the flaps. Push the flap handle up, make sure they're up. Look out the window, make sure they're up, and then recenter it.
Ups up.
All right, then back to taxiing. Now, get your lean your mixture 1 inch. All right, and carburetor heat in is next. Landing lights off is next. Reset your trim is next. All right, so you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Knoxville traffic.
And then we'll read the checklist when we get
Malibu
back here.
301 Bravo Kilo, taking the active runway 26 for departure, Knoxville downtown island.
John, this hangar's open now.
Okay, good. I'll tell him.
Downtown Island, Cessna 13608, taxiing to runway 26.
We'll be out to Seymour in about 15, 20 minutes.
We're going to fly around for a little while, then I'm going to let her off, and then she's going to drive out and I'll go out.
Well, what do you think, Captain? He'll do good. He'll do very good. You're already...
I miss it. It's been a while.
Yeah, but so how long has it been?
It's 2001.
Oh, hell.
Downtown traffic, 147 uniform.
All right, now, that windsock is showing us a pretty good tailwind, and that's what happened. So you always want to park your airplane.
Downtown.
Always want to park your airplane into the wind, so let's take a right here. Stay on your yellow brick road.
Okay.
Let's take a right, and we'll go around and park it in back of the fuel tanks into the wind. You met my nephew in there. Did you meet him?
I don't know. I've met a few people out here, but
okay. Well, he's my nephew. He flies for Delta now. He's a Delta pilot, but he is he's the operations officer for Top Gun down in Key West.
Knoxville downtown traffic, Malibu 301 Bravo.
Flies F5s.
Runway 26. Switching over departure.
That's our little adversary airplane.
See you next time. Thanks.
that's a trainer, jet trainer.
No, it was an actual.
Chopper 555.
That was an actual combat fighter in Vietnam, F5s. The North Vietnam.
What, you flew the F4?
I flew F4s.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you told me that.
Now, okay, put your brake on and get your checklist out. And let's go over a checklist. Flip it over, and you want to read. No, where did we go here? We're over one too many. This thing is twisted all up. You got to get it.
Traffic 147 uniform is on upwind runway 26.
It's all jacked
We'll
up.
come around, do a couple touch and goes.
Which one we need to be on?
Need to be, let's see, after landing and secure. Right here. Those two. Now, we just did this one by a flow pattern, but read it again and touch everything so you know where everything is.
Okay. Transponder standby. We got to stand by here. This here?
I tell you what, just go to off. That's got to be changed too, because we're shutting it down.
All right, flaps are up. Flaps are up.
Yep.
Mixture lean 1 inch. We're good. Carburetor heat cold. In. Landing light both off. Trim reset. Trim's good. Engine shut down. Cool. Equipment avionics off.
Okay, all you do is turn this all the way off.
This guy here?
Yep. This will go off when the battery goes off.
Okay.
I mean, you've already turned your transponder off.
Okay, so that's the only.
Yep.
Throttle 1200. Mixture idle cut off, so we'll pull it all the way out.
Yep.
Ignition switch off when the prop
stops. Don't do it. Yeah, you got to wait for that prop to stop.
Okay. Off. Master switch off. Goodbye.